I've not ordered anything, I've not planned anything, so this entire thing is gonna be on a whim and it's gonna be on a budget. Good morning everyone and welcome back to the channel. We are headed to Baltimore. Why are we headed to Baltimore? Because my best friend lives there. He said to me, Kiva, I wanna redo my room. And I was like, I'm not busy this weekend, so let's finesse it. Everyone, I made it to Baltimore after many delays. You're not in the shot. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't. This is the room we're gonna be decorating. I'll give you some good before and after shots, but we only have 2 or 3 days, depending. We gotta paint, we gotta get decor, we gotta do everything. So here are the problems that come in. We want to see who you are.
Hey.
We dated once, and then we didn't talk the entire time, and then broke up, and then we've been friends ever since.
Yep.
There you go. So we're in his house with his partner, husband, man, who's not here today because he likes trains and he's doing train stuff.
You sure do.
But talk to them about like the problems you're feeling you have in this space right now.
I feel like there's no congruency in the style.
That is a big word.
Everything is just kind of mismatched. Especially getting this new bed, not having a bed frame for it. I feel like it's time for a new start. I don't like the brown walls. I don't like how bare the walls are. The curtain situation is not great. Everything could just use an upgrade. I feel like everything just needs to go from where it is to level up a little bit. So that's why I brought an expert.
Also, I was lonely. So I came down here.
That helps.
In terms of color scheme, so Ron has always really liked colors and I always really hated it. But now that he's always like, you know what we should do? Paint this entire place yellow. And so I'm not like gung-ho for that, but I'm thinking like blue, purple, and green, like not quite Barney, but like I'm thinking those colors because they're inviting and they're really good relaxing colors. And when you're choosing colors for a bedroom, you want them to be relaxing because this is where you need to kind of like settle down. But now we're gonna go to the paint store and we're gonna go shopping for all the decor and stuff because as I said, we've not planned anything. Like we had this conversation 2 days ago, I bought a plane ticket and here I am. So let's go shopping, bye! Okay, we are in Target and we've already loaded up on so many things. We got lamps, which are kind of temporary. We don't know if we're gonna keep them. They're gray. He was just showing me this plant on Etsy, or where was it from?
It was just a picture I got from my Facebook group.
Are you in a plant Facebook group?
I sure am. Okay. Several.
And he wanted it, but it was expensive, and then we saw it on the ground here at Target.
Great. But
we just saw this bar cart. I'm probably gonna get copyrighted right now. I can be your fantasy. But we're thinking about doing a bar cart on the side of the dresser because the dresser's too small for the wall, so this will actually help balance it out. And then on the other side, we'll do a plant. And are we gonna do a real plant this time?
I think we should do a real plant together.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What happened to the last one?
We planted it in the backyard.
But is it indoors? We're in Home Goods. Let me show you what we have so far. Ron loves this lamp, so we're gonna get it. We're going for like boutique vibes, but with color and not too vintagey, because we're not buying anything vintage because we're at Home Goods. So the color scheme is purple, green, and blue. So you can see we have that here. I'm in love with bolster pillows. So I think that's gonna be great. We're going with these blue ones. And then we're gonna do dreamy green velvet curtains, which I've not checked to see if they're in stock, so it might change. But so far this is what we're going with. We need to find the lamps for their nightstands now. And they're gonna be those white nightstands that I showed you earlier with that gold detail. We are at IKEA right now trying to figure out curtains, and I brought in this pillow. So the walls are blue. They're gonna be blue. So I don't want to do a blue curtain because I feel like that's too much of the same. So right now I picked up these ones. I thought they're going to look a little bit more green, but even on camera they look more green. So I'm hoping with the blue wall, the green will kind of pop and give us what we're looking for. But I definitely want to do velvet. So the options are kind of limited. The only other option is the mustard, which I think is just too much for a bedroom, though I do like it. We got a bunch of good stuff. We're sticking to the color scheme. We don't have that much purple yet, so we're going to have to make purple art. But now we're heading back to the house. Well, first I have to get Diet Coke. I don't care if it has carcinogens in it. That's how I want to go out. That's my choice. We're gonna go back to the house, get Coke, and start painting, and hopefully we like the paint so that we can kind of move forward with the project. I have changed my shirt, took off my hat. He gave me a brush, so I'm going to open this up so I can get an idea of what the paint color looks like. So I'm gonna do my test swatch like back here behind the door, so that if we don't like it, it's behind the door. This color is Marea Baja by Sherwin-Williams. It was one of the many blues I selected at the store. We wanted one that was vibrant but also super relaxing. I was inspired by Soho House and pretty much other places in Europe, and we fell in love with this color. But first it was time to move the bed and get everything organized. Yes, we did put the bed on paper plates to help move it. Then we moved all of the furniture out, and then I gave the walls a good washing. You always want to wash your walls before you paint so that you don't get dust stuck in the paint. It's such a pain. But this painting took quite a few number of hours, but I love the way the paint turns out. Good evening. So it is the end of day one. It doesn't look like we did much, but we did a bunch. We cut the ceiling, which was super difficult. We cut the floor, we did all the trim, we patched these holes. So this is where we're ending day one. Loving the color. It looks great in here. We're gonna do some more sanding, and then we'll do the second coat tomorrow, and then we'll get started with the curtains, and it's just gonna be a whole wall full of curtains, which should be really nice. And then the bed is going to move over. This was so fun. I feel like I really upped my paint skills here. We only had a few accidents, but I will see you guys in the morning. All right, so it is 2 p.m. on day 2, but we finally finished painting. This is how it turned out, besides that patch right there, but we're gonna cover that up. That is like a lengthy process, so we're just covering it for now. Many hours were spent up on a ladder getting a nice crisp ceiling, but we did it. So next up is we were installing the Vidka track system from IKEA. Again, there was no planning that went into this, so I didn't have time to order like curtain panels or tracks or anything. So I got this system. I've heard good things. It gets pretty decent reviews. So we are going to try that out. We got a bunch of brackets, and as you can probably see here, this is a pretty big wall. So we're going to try and cover the entire thing with curtains, just so that we can get a really nice, soft and dreamy look. As of right now, they don't spend that much time in this room, so we're trying to elevate it, try to make it feel a little bit more sophisticated. And as for curtains, I think I showed them to you last night, but I'll show them to you again. We're going with the Sonellas in green, so it's a light green, not too overbearing. I don't want to make the room any darker than it already is. If we have time, we'll switch out the fan. It needs to be dusted, so I will do that. But this is where we are. I'm so excited. And I actually met one of you in IKEA today. So Jeanette, it was so nice meeting you. I love meeting you guys here in Baltimore. I gotta come down and do another Baltimore project because I just love being here. You guys are the best. Now, some of you probably think I'm absolutely insane for tackling this project with no plan, a small budget, and on a whim, but I think that most people don't want to do projects that take forever, and they don't have tons of time and tons of money. So I wanted to show you something realistic, and I actually have a course coming out soon that touches on that. So if you want to learn more about it, a little preview, sign up for my newsletter down below. So the curtain tracks are up, but right now I'm not loving the way the curtains are pleating. Like, you have to put them too close together to get like a pleat, and it looks too busy to me. I want bigger pleats, and so does Ron, and he lives here, so his opinion matters obviously a lot. So we're trying to figure out what we want to do. In the interim, I think I want to push the bed up where it's gonna go, so I can figure out, oh, I fell. So I can figure out any arrangements I want to make or changes I want to make, but I am happy with this track system. I do think it looks nice. I do, but we definitely need to get some lighting because we have these blackout curtains to kind of combat that. So we do need to run out for that purpose as well. And now it's time to have some fun. You can see that the paint really packed a punch. It added so much personality to the space, but now it's time to change the layout. The old layout had the TV really high up. There was no other place for the TV to go, and they love watching TV in the bedroom. So we did something that was a feng shui faux pas, and we put the bed in front of the window. If you adhere to feng shui, definitely do not do this, but we're gonna fill this entire wall with curtains to kind of offset it, but I do know it's bad feng shui before you comment down below. I told them all about it, and they said they were okay with it. It's day 3 of the series and we are on a time crunch. We have to finish up this makeover. I wanted to detach the existing mirror from this dresser because it felt so dated. So we decided to add these 2 arch ones that will eventually get mounted on the wall. And in an ideal world, I would have spray painted the hardware too, but there just wasn't enough time. Then I wanted to style, add some color, and really layer all those colors from the color scheme I told you about before. Designing a space doesn't mean buying a ton of things. It just means adding more color and visual interest. Okay, so we are just about done. I have to go home, so honestly, we didn't finish this part of the room, but that's a project for another weekend. But Ron is coming up. I'm gonna open the door and we're gonna see what he thinks. Now, I'll be honest, he's been here for most of it, but he hasn't seen it all together nicely made. So let's show it to him right now. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, it looks the same as the last time I was in here. Alright, go back out.
So, does it look better than it did before?
Oh, so good.
But in all seriousness, we only had a $750 budget and 72 hours. We were able to transform this space from dark, cluttered, and drab to a man cave that they love. Here it is.
Feels so much better in here. The color really, even though the colors before were like darker and a little bit lighter, it just wasn't doing it for me. But this is doing it.
So what is left to do? What are you guys gonna do once I'm gone?
Definitely getting the hardware all to match is step 1. And then, I don't know, I think we might get some more curtains.
He doesn't like the track. Guys, don't buy this track.
Don't buy the track, but buy the curtain. The curtains are great. The track sucks.
But for doing this all in 2 days, I feel like we did a pretty good job.
We did a great job.
The babe came down, hello, to pick me up. And so she wasn't here for the whole makeover. What do you think?
I think it looks great. I think it's very like different and cool, and it looks very like mature.
And still masculine.
True.
Still sexy.
Yeah, agreed.
But we did buy a lizard to mount on the wall that we've not done yet because again, we didn't finish this wall. But thanks for coming to pick me up. If you liked today's video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe before you leave. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, have a beautiful day.